Happy Friday, my friend. Let's check out the markets on this getaway day in the middle of the summer. The S&P down 20% on the year, but how did they finish out the week? You got it. 5 straight days in the green, albeit by a very narrow margin today. And the Dow up 71 points, the Nasdaq up 0.6% with about an hour left in trading this week. For a closer look at the markets, let's toss it over to Jared Blikre, who was watching that wage growth number more than anyone I know. What'd you make of it, my friend?
It came in line as expected. I think that's a good thing, Dave, because had it come in hot, we might see the market at a 3% down day, might see the S&P 500 at its lows. So I think investors will take this little bit of green that we see on our screen. By the way, for the week, looking at some decent postings here, let's see, about 5.5% for the Nasdaq. S&P 500 is going to be a little bit less, about 3.3%. And the Dow, kind of the laggard for the week. Tech has done better. That is up 2% for these 4 days. Now, let's take a look at our sector action. And for today, we are seeing in the top spot, we got healthcare, energy, discretionary financials, all of those outperforming. Value is really in vogue today, and also the cyclicals as well. Let's take a look at what happened this week. So 4 days, we have consumer discretionary, tech, and communication services. Those are the mega cap sectors. Those are up the most. So a little bit bucking the trend today. To the downside, utilities taking on the chin. That's as the bond market creeps up here, and we got to take a look at those bond market yields. First, this is the Nasdaq composite. As you'll notice, we're up against prior resistance, but I want to get to the 5-year and the 10-year. Here's a 10-year. Look at this, 2.75% at the lows. Now we're at 3.1%. 35 basis points in 3 days is a huge move, and we're seeing the short end of the curve screaming higher as well. Not so much today, but a big jump up here this week. That was the 13-week T-bill rate that tracks what the Fed is doing at the short end of the market. Now, this is let's go to our Nasdaq over the last 5 days. You can see, as I said, those mega caps really flying high this week. Nice to see them bouncing back. Are we going to get any kind of continuation into next week? Well, we got retail sales next week. We got CPI, so we'll have to see what comes of that. Also want to take a quick check on crypto. Let's see if we can get that up. Decent week for Bitcoin. Well, at least the 4 days. I guess we'd have to go back 7 to get an accurate representation of the week. But let's just take a look at what's going on here. Here is a year-to-date chart. I've been charting this all day and probably all week here. We are consolidating near lows, but it looks like we might have liftoff. Haven't gotten it just yet. What we want to avoid is a similar situation that we had before, where the market would simply consolidate and then kind of fall off a cliff here. So far, so good, but 17,000, that's going to need to hold, as I've been saying, 13,000, 13.5, that could be a downside target.
We know people are keeping an eye on that. A big thank you there, our very own Jared Blikre.